Hey guys, welcome back. This is Bernard from the BTNHD, and yes, top 5 ways to run Windows on a Macintosh. So guys, you finally got yourself a Macintosh computer. It's either a Mac Pro or a MacBook Pro, but you still need to run Windows applications. Now, the first option is a pretty simple one, but it's a paid service. You probably could get yourself a free version somewhere online, but it's virtual machines. Now, there's 3 products out in the market that are really well known working with Macintosh and virtualizing a Windows environment. The first one is VMware Fusion, Parallels, and the free version is basically VirtualBox for the Mac. Even though each of these work well within the Macintosh world, they kind of integrate the Windows environment. The bad side about it is that on I believe VMware Fusion as well as Parallels, you have to pay for it. Plus you have to have a licensed Windows 7 or Windows 8 or 8.1 key for it to work. Now VirtualBox is free, and because it's free, it's open source and it has its bugs. Now you got to understand Parallels and Fusion both run and are built for handling a Windows environment. Now the key features that I love about Parallels as well as Fusion is that it integrates with your Macintosh computer environment. It basically has like a docking feature with all the Windows applications on your dock. You can also have it separate on a separate window, so that means you can actually run Macintosh and Windows side by side with no problem. And number 2 in the list, Boot Camp. Now, Boot Camp is really well known in the Macintosh world. Why? Is because it's built in within an Apple operating system. Macintosh actually gives you that for free. The downsides about this is that you need to do a dual booting environment. If you haven't never heard of a dual booting environment, that basically means you have to shut down your machine, hold down the Option key or the Alt key on the Mac, and you're going to get 2 options to either boot on a Windows or Macintosh. That's the only downsides about that. Now, to actually get yourself up and running, you could do it within the Macintosh environment. If you go into Applications, Utilities, there is a Boot Camp utility that allows you to do it step by step. It's really simple. Again, the only downsides about this version is that you have to constantly shut down and reboot to get to the operating system that you want to use. You can't do it side by side. Plus, you got to make sure that you guys have a license key to have a Windows environment to work properly. Another option is Wine. Now, Wine is really known for the Linux world for packaging and virtualizing applications on the Windows environment. It basically rewrites Windows applications for it to work on other operating systems. Now, because it rewrites applications coding behind the scenes, it's not perfect. Plus, from my understanding, it doesn't work for all the applications for Windows environment. So that means certain ones you have to only use Wine for. I believe the Wine website actually gives you the list of certain applications that you could only use Wine. But again, it's free, it's open source, and it's pretty cool if you only need certain applications in the list. Now, number 4 on my list is Crossover, which is basically a paid application that works just like Wine. The only difference between Crossover and Wine is that, one, it's paid, that you have to pay, right? No one likes to pay anything. It gives you a nice graphical user interface. It actually works with popular Windows applications such as Office, Internet Explorer, and other type of applications that they provide in the list in their website. But it works just like Wine, but again, you have to pay a little bit more money to use it. And the last one from my list, guys, is Remote Desktop. Now, if you've never used Remote Desktop, a lot of companies nowadays are using Remote Desktop. What is Remote Desktop? What I've seen in my perspective is a lot of companies, what they do is have a virtual machine server with a bunch of virtual machines in it, and the Macs are able to remote into these virtual machines. Now, if you want to do it at home, that means you either have a Windows PC machine somewhere roaming around, but don't want to use it. You only want to use particular applications. So what will you do is you would start your Remote Desktop connection application that you can actually download it for free on the Office Mac site. you have to enable remote desktop on the PC side and remote through that. Now, if you have your PC up and running from home and you want to access it from your house, it's a little bit more complicated and a little bit more work, meaning you have to actually enable remote desktop, I believe port 3386 on your router to have access to your home server or your home PC. Now, for those Chrome users, there is an extension out there for Chrome users that allows you to remote desktop into your machine using a particular Chrome remote desktop extension. I haven't really played around with it, but I heard a lot of good things about it. Other than that, guys, that is the top 5 ways to use Windows applications and Windows within a Mac environment. If you have other options, leave them right below at the comment section. If you have any questions, again, leave it at the comment section, and I'll catch you guys on the next top 5. Peace out.